Hi everybody, I'm Coach Ali, this is Steph. Welcome to the second week of Limitless, the home dumbbell workout series that'll transform your body like no other workout on YouTube. On this channel, we're always trying to make it easier for you to follow along and train with us by simply using your dumbbells at home. This week, let's continue our Limitless dumbbell workout series with the following workouts. An upper body dumbbell workout on Tuesday at 10 p.m, a legs day dumbbell workout on Thursday at 10 p.m, and a full body comprehensive dumbbell workout on Saturday also at 10 p.m.
We're committed to taking the guesswork out of your training. You simply go from this video to the next upload and always train in sequential order. Try not to miss workouts along the way. Do every workout that we upload as part of the Limitless series. This will ensure that you work out every body part effectively in the correct order. This week's home dumbbell workout method involves 30 seconds of isolateral exercise on one side, followed by 30 seconds of isolateral exercise on the opposite side. Then we rest for 30 seconds and repeat the superset one time.
As you already know, we're all about giving you focused training that really works when it comes to transforming your body into a capable and very aesthetic physique. For those of you training with us for the first time, welcome to the channel. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my experience with you today.
Coach Ali is a master fitness trainer and former IFBB Mr. Australia with over 25 years of experience transforming thousands of bodies at the gym, including mine, so I'm sure you'll pick up lots of useful tips along the way today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss the next upload in this Limitless series. Your subscription will also help us create new workouts for you and keep this series moving forward.
Before we get started, guys, I just want to quickly mention that we have another channel member Q&A segment coming up. If you're a channel member and you have questions about fitness, nutrition, or any injuries that you might be carrying that you want to discuss, then hit me up with your question and I'll address it during our members Q&A segment. If you're interested in becoming an exclusive channel member and taking advantage of the extra services available, then be sure to hit the blue join icon and let us take your transformation to the next level.
That's enough talking from us. Let's get into this week's Limitless home dumbbell workout series, covering an upper body workout, a legs day workout, and a complete full body dumbbell workout.
Alright guys, let's get our bodies warmed up and continue our Limitless series dumbbell workout at home with some close grip thrusters. So you can see that we're working our way into a squat with our feet parallel and our shins nice and parallel as well. And then when we work our way up, it's a close grip shoulder press. So the dumbbells are pressing together and our elbows are tucked in by our side. All right, let's continue our home dumbbell workout warm up with some good mornings. Now, you can see that we're using two dumbbells. They're two very light dumbbells, in fact, and they're just pressed up against our chest and we're focused on hinging, keeping a nice neutral spine during the motion. We want those knees slightly bent in order to keep the hamstring nice and comfortable and to keep the pressure off our lumbar spine. Let's continue our warm up with a little bit of upper body action now, guys. So let's work some bench push-ups. You can see we're getting in nice and deep and it's nice controlled motion. Now the elevation using your bench is going to be easier than doing push-ups on the floor. Let's go nice full range, steady movement, chest all the way to the bench and then up all the way as well. Let's get that blood circulating all over our body. Final warm-up for our home dumbbell workout, guys. This time we're gonna attack the lower body. So let's do some squats with some calves raises. Now your weights are still relatively light, still warming up, guys. Make sure you go nice and deep in those squats. You can see our toes are pointing forward, our shins are nice and parallel. And then when we get to the top of the squat, we're adding some calves raises in there. Try to control your upper body. We don't wanna be leaning forward too much. An excellent addition to our home dumbbell workout, guys. These are single-sided bent over rows. Now, you can see we have an isometric side where we're holding the weight nice and high up against our ribs, and then we're doing our repetitions on the other side, noting to keep your elbow tucked in by your ribs the whole time. So we want maximum engagement in those lats. Now you can see we're in that bent over position with our spine nice and neutral. So we're not allowing any curvature and we're not putting any pressure on the lumbar spine for this. single-sided T-row. Now, this one's quite difficult to hold isometric, but we'll do our best. We want to try and create a straight line from shoulder to elbow, and then just try and hold that position while you're hitting the repetitions on the other side. When you bring your isotonic arm to the top, you should have a straight line from elbow to elbow. Again, noting to keep your spine nice and neutral. Make sure you're nice and heavy on your thighs. Make sure your knees are slightly bent and that you've got a good sturdy stance for this one. Nice upper body component. We're going to work some single-sided wide chest presses. So you can see we've got an isometric arm holding the weight up, and then we're using our other arm to do our repetitions. Now you're making sure that your elbow is dropping by your shoulder. So we want to make sure it's nice and wide with good control. After a set, we'll switch hands and do our wide chest presses using our other arm. Make sure your lower back is pinned against the bench, and make sure that you're getting nice, controlled, steady movement throughout your set. single-sided close grip presses for this one. So guys, this is central in the chest and a lot of action in your triceps as well. You can see that we have an isometric side where we're holding the weight with a neutral grip all the way at the top. And then we're using our other hand to do our repetitions. The dumbbell is dropping down to your ribs and then it's pushing all the way up and then centering right down the middle. We'll get a set in with one arm and then switch hands and do a set with the other arm as well. Again, making sure your lower back is pinned against your bench. Seated shoulder presses to continue your full body workout at home, guys. You can see we're holding the low part of the shoulder press nice and square on one side. So this is actually quite a difficult hold. And then we're working our isotonic reps on the other side, just going straight up and finishing above your head. We want good engagement of the back muscles, you guys. We want to make sure that there's no slouching at all. Stay nice and tight. Engage those rhomboids and lats while you're doing this. And make sure you've got steady control with your movement. a fantastic traps combination for this one, guys. We're starting with some neutral grip upright rows. So the beauty of doing your upright rows this way with neutral hands is that you're taking the pressure off your rotator cuffs, and there's also no flexion in the elbows. So it mitigates any risk to injury when you do traditional upright rows. For the second exercise in this superset, we're going to work some dumbbell shrugs. So you can see we're moving those shoulders up as though you're trying to touch your ears with it. And there's no action with the elbows. We're going to just keep those elbows nice and natural. Focus on releasing the eccentric part of the shrugs nice and slow. Starting with some Romanian deadlifts. Now you can see we're starting with our hands neutral by our side, and then we're hinging over, and then the dumbbell comes in front of our shins, making sure that our spine's remaining nice and neutral, and then we're squeezing with our glutes and lifting back up. Now for the isometric component, we're going to go into the low position of the Romanian deadlift, and we're going to hold it there. Now the trick here is to make sure there's no slouching in your back, so you've got to try and keep that neutral by pushing out your tailbone a little bit, and then make sure that your knees are marginally bent and you've got good support using your thighs. suitcase squats. Now, this is an excellent way of doing your squats and training your stabilizers at the same time, because you can see you're weighted only on one side. So that's essentially the side that's doing most of the work, and your other side is there particularly for balance more than anything else. You can see we're swinging forward with our hands as we drop down. That's going to assist you with keeping your upper body as upright as you can, and it's going to give you the right type of momentum for your exercise. Now you can see our feet are at shoulder width and that our shins are nice and parallel throughout this exercise. Make sure you do the same. Dumbbell side squats. Now, I think I'm giving you guys the easy option today because there is no isometric component. We're simply doing the side squat on one side, just trying to get in nice and deep while you're keeping the weight in the middle. And then for the second set, it's a simple matter of switching and doing your side squat on the opposite side. Again, looking for the depth and looking to keep your upper body as upright as you can keep it, and the weight of the dumbbell remains between your legs the whole time. If you find that you're tipping over to the side, it's because your stance is not wide enough, so increase the width a little bit. twisted Romanian deadlift. Now guys, this is a fantastic exercise to work your erectors, your lower back, as well as your glutes on one side. So you can see the side that you're twisting away from is getting most of the action. So we'll do a full set dropping to the right shin and then making sure we've got ample control over it. And then we'll do another set on the left side before going into our rest. Focus on that nice stretch in the hamstrings, guys, and then make sure you push forward and use your glutes on your way up. This is a fantastic lower posterior chain exercise, so let's make good of it. Dumbbell split squats for this exercise. Now guys, you can see off the bat that we have a fairly lengthy stance, so you want that front shin bone to remain vertical the whole time. We want to try and minimize any back and forth swing with it. Now when we get to the top of the exercise, it's the back leg that's straightening out, not the front leg. Leave the front leg where it will be naturally and just focus on squeezing with your glutes and getting that back leg nice and straight. So the action should be in your quadriceps on the front leg and in your glutes in the back leg. All right, this one's gonna start off easy. It's basically some dumbbell goblet squats. You can see our feet are parallel, shins are at shoulder width or even marginally wider if you like. And then we're dropping down and trying to maintain our vertical upper body. There is no inside and outside swing of the knees, guys. We're gonna keep control of that. The second part is the difficult part. We're gonna go into the low position of those goblet squats and we're gonna start to hit some pulses for 30 seconds. Those thighs are gonna burn. Enjoy it, guys. Dumbbell hips thruster is a fantastic exercise for your hamstrings, your glutes, and your erectors. Now you can use a nice heavy weight for this one, you guys. And I'll tell you this, if you're not using a bench today, you could do it as a glutes bridge off the floor instead. The key is to elevate as high as you can so that you've got a straight line from your knee all the way to your shoulder at the top of the exercise. For the isometric component, we're just going to go to the top of the exercise and we're going to hold it there for the duration of the 30 seconds. Make sure your shins are at shoulder width and they remain parallel throughout your exercise. We don't want your knees swinging in and out. fantastic core exercise, and this is a great addition to your full body workout. We're starting with some weighted abs crunches. So the trick here is to make sure that you lift your head and shoulder blades off your bench or off the floor, depending on where you're doing it, but your lower back remains pinned against the floor. If you're having trouble doing this one weighted, then just lose the dumbbell. For the second exercise, we're going to go into a roadkill. So this involves keeping your legs nice and straight, and then keeping your arms up and making sure that your head and shoulder blades are lifted, so we're getting that full contraction from the top of the abs all the way to the lower abs and hips. So we're going to start off with some abs tuck rolls. Now, you can see we're holding onto that bench and making sure that lower back is pinned against your bench, and then it's a full range movement. This is a fantastic exercise to work all the way from the top of your abs to your lower abs and your hips. For the second exercise, we're going to work some bicycle crunches. So I want you guys to take care and not yank at your neck for this one. So it's basically just a support as far as the hands are concerned. And then I want you to cross over and try and get your elbow and your knee together while keeping your lower back pinned against your bench or against the floor, depending on where you're doing it. All right, you guys, let's get serious. Let's go get those abs. We've got one more set of these left. Let's do it. Another fantastic inclusion in your full body workout, guys. We're going to work some cross body crunches. So you can see it's a crunch with a twist of the body where we're reaching the outside of the opposite knee. So this will get into your abs, it'll get into your intercostals as well, and it'll start to create some of those lines. Now for your second exercise, we're going to work the lower abs and hips by going into some supine abs tucks. You can see our legs are extending all the way and we're making sure that our back is pinned against the floor when we do it. And then try and tuck those knees as close to your chest as you can before extending all the way back out until you've got straight knees. Twisted horizontal press for the first exercise in this superset, guys. Now this one's a fantastic holistic core exercise, but you can see it's also working your shoulders. Pressing and pushing that dumbbell horizontal is going to force you to work the anterior of your shoulders while you're keeping that core engagement going. For the second exercise, we're going to lift up and we're going to go into some Russian twists. Now make sure you try to minimize any swinging of your legs. Try to keep the feet together. And a good place to look when you're doing this exercise is look at the center of your dumbbells. We need the head to rotate in order for the shoulders to rotate effectively. Dumbbell obliques tilt for this one. Now, this one's not going to feel too bad while you're doing it, guys, but you're going to feel that soreness a couple of days from now. This is one of the only exercises where you keep your knees hard straight, because if you keep it soft, your hips are going to take over and you're not going to feel it as much in your obliques. Now, make sure that your legs are nice and wide. So you can see ours is at shoulder width or maybe even marginally wider. And then it's just a matter of creating a letter C with your body. So make sure you're tilting to the side. We only tilt towards the weighted side, you guys. So let's do a set on the left side and then a set on the right as well. right, this one's a beauty, and it's one that a lot of people do wrong, you guys. So in that standing position, when you do your hammer curls, you want it to come in front of you and finish at your thigh rather than beside you, because this mitigates any swing in your elbows. And it actually really concentrates on the lateral head of your biceps. So you can see we have an isometric side and an isotonic side for a set. And then when we switch it up, we'll simply change hands and keep it going before we get into that rest break. I want a good sturdy stance, and I want controlled hips, no movement in those hips whatsoever. All right, we're gonna upgrade your guns game with this one, guys. We're starting with an isometric side biceps curl while we hit the repetitions on the other side. Now you can see on the isotonic side, we're coming down until we've got a neutral position hand, which takes the pressure off your elbows. And then we're gonna go all the way up and supinate 90 degrees at the top. In the meanwhile, we're holding still with the isometric side. Now again, like most upright exercises, we're gonna make sure there's no back and forward swing of the hips, and make sure that you've got your knees marginally bent to protect your lower back. dumbbell skull crushers for your triceps for this one, guys. So you can see the isometric side is held at 90 degrees in the low position. So in other words, your forearm is remaining horizontal. So there's quite a bit of pressure there in the triceps. And then on the isotonic side, we're extending all the way until we've got our arm nice and vertical. Now make sure you keep your elbows in. I don't want them to hang out too far, because that's going to change the form in your exercise and it's going to put unnecessary pressure on your shoulders and on your elbows. And then I want you to make sure that you've got your lower back pinned against your bench, or if you're doing it on the floor, have it pinned against the floor. triceps backswing for this one, guys. Now I'm giving you the easy option. So rather than having an isometric side, I'm just allowing you to have a rested side for this one. And we're just focused on the movement in your isotonic side. It's a rotation at the shoulders and we're not actually doing a kickback. So in other words, there's no movement in the elbow at all. And then we're making sure that we're maintaining that hinge with a nice neutral spine so that our back is nicely protected. When we finish up, we're finishing in parallel lines. So you can see two nice straight lines dropping as far as the arms are concerned.
Well done for finishing today's dumbbell workout at home and progressing through the Limitless series. If you enjoyed the workout, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and hit that alert button so you don't miss out on the next workout that you must do in this series.
Very important, you guys. If your goal is to burn extra body fat and get lean as part of this series, make sure that you continue to the Secret to Burning Body Fat video right now. You'll see a link of it at the end of this video. Now, it's very important that you get into it while your body is primed for burning body fat, which is right now after your strength training.
If you're finished working out for today, we recommend moving on to our post-workout stretching and cool down video with our in-house physio, Daphne. There is a link of her stretching playlist at the end of this video too.
As always, guys, thank you for training with us. We look forward to bringing you another home dumbbell workout shortly and taking your body transformation to the next level. Take care of yourselves and each other.